Hi, I'm Francesco Molinari and this is Callaway Tour Tips. Today I'm going to show you how to find the fairway every single time.
Molinari on the 9th tee. Yeah, it's better. That's what we expect from the Open champion in the fairway.
Absolutely dead centre as well, Jay. Couldn't have placed in a better spot.
Finding the fairways, obviously, it's massively important. I think it's a way of building momentum through the round as well. If you're always in the trees or in the rough, you're always pretty much scrambling for par, and it makes it really hard to build even psychological momentum into the round. The more fairways you can hit, usually the more birdie chances you can create. It's been a really big part of my career. It's something that I've developed through the years, especially growing up. I used to play mostly one course and it was quite narrow off the tee, so in those circumstances I think it's easier to just focus on the fairway or a smaller part of the fairway. But growing up and starting to travel more, obviously you see courses that are more open, and for me, especially at the beginning, I think it was quite a challenge because I wasn't used to those sort of courses. So definitely something that I've developed through the years. I think the first important part of the process starts away from the ball, especially for amateurs. When you play maybe in a course where the fairways are quite wide, really important to pick a point on the fairway and be as specific as you can be. It can be a flower that you see in the distance or a tree trunk or the flag itself. It can be really anything. You see quite a lot of guys on tour actually lifting their club, and I think that's what they're doing most of the time. So just really be as specific as you can be with the target. The narrower the target is, the narrower the misses are as well. Over the ball, obviously still having my target, small target in my mind, and then you can see, any tournament I play, usually the way I address the ball is right hand only on the club and then set my feet. And that's obviously a good way to be consistent with where you put, especially your left foot, in relation to the ball. So the ball position needs to be, for me at least, on the left heel and as consistent as possible. The last part, I would say, if it's a hole where you really have to find the fairway, my suggestion in general to amateurs would be to grip down a little bit on the shaft. This is something that I've done since I was a kid. I started that I was, not that I'm very tall now, but I was even shorter then, and clubs were probably longer than me. And one way to keep a better control of the club face is just to grip down a little bit. You see a lot of top players doing this. I think it just helps you to keep a better control of the club face, which means a higher probability of hitting the fairway. The first tee at the Ryder Cup, it's always an incredibly exciting atmosphere in France, with the huge stand behind the tee and just the atmosphere that day by day was getting better and better. And I think obviously in those circumstances it's even more important to have some solid and repetitive processes and just getting a small target in my mind, and I think that's the only way really that you're going to hit that fairway. It's a huge relief, you look up and you see the ball is going more or less where you intended it.
That swing is like a metronome.
The 3 points I would say to hit more fairways. First of all, when you stand behind the ball, even if it's a wide fairway, try to pick as narrow a target as you can. Then when you're stepping into the ball, try to have the target in your mind. Then the second step is having a consistent ball position. So for me, that's going to be the left heel. And then the third point to try and get more fairways is grip down an inch or so on the club.
To watch another European Tour video, click here. And to subscribe, click here.